An old janitor silently at work, an arrogant teacher, and a dusty piano in the corner of the room. What started as a cruel joke to mock the elderly woman turned into a soul-stirring performance, causing the entire prestigious school to fall silent and shattering the pride of those who once looked down on her. You would never have guessed how the old woman turned the tables, not with anger or arguments, but through the music that came from the very depths of her heart. This is the story of Martha, whose hidden talents would soon change everything at Willow Ridge Academy. As the clock chimes the end of another long day, the once lively chatter of students fades, leaving behind a stillness that envelops the hallways. Martha, weary yet patient, finishes her cleaning and steps outside, blending into the evening light as she walks home to her modest abode at the end of a narrow street. No one waits for her. No familiar voices call out to welcome her back. The creaking sound of her door marks her return to solitude, and as she lights an old desk lamp, the soft glow reveals a small table filled with yellowed black and white photographs, remnants of a vibrant past. Among these photos is a young woman with a radiant smile, her hands resting delicately on piano keys, Martha in her youth, bursting with talent and ambition, having once stood on grand stages to the sound of thunderous applause. Yet, fate has been unkind. Despite her innate talent, the doors to opportunity have been barred by the prejudice of society, forcing Martha to fold away her dreams and bury them deep within her heart. The beautiful music she once pursued has been silenced, leaving only an elderly woman who has learned to accept a life of solitude as if her vibrant youth had never existed. Each night, as the world around her falls into slumber, Martha quietly retreats to a small church at the end of her street where an old piano still sings. She sits before the keys, allowing her trembling fingers to dance across them, letting the music emerge softly in the darkness, comforting her weary soul. It is in these quiet moments where she finds solace, reminding herself that within her small, elderly body lies a faint spark of yesterday's light. Little does she know that soon, this spark will ignite in a way that will turn her forgotten existence upside down, capturing the attention of a world that has overlooked her for far too long. As the moonlight filters through the trees, Martha prepares to step out of her solitary home once again. For years, her nightly routine has remained unchanged, a steady walk down the narrow path to the church, a place that, despite its age and humble appearance, offers her a sense of peace in a life filled with storms. Each time she enters, she closes the door behind her, shutting out the judgmental eyes of the world, transforming into an artist who returns to her first love, the piano. The instrument that once promised grandeur now serves as her secret companion, waiting patiently for her to awaken the beauty within. Tonight, however, feels different. A sense of anticipation stirs within her, as if the universe itself is urging her to break free from the chains of her past. She is unaware that a new chapter is about to begin, one that will thrust her into the spotlight, forcing her to confront the very prejudices that have held her back for so long. The music that has laid dormant in her heart will soon resonate in a space filled with cold skepticism, proving that true talent transcends societal boundaries and that, in the most unexpected moments, the human spirit can rise against all odds. Martha's life at Willow Ridge Academy takes a sharp turn when she encounters Madison Harrington, the school's most beautiful and arrogant student. Madison, with her silky golden hair and icy blue eyes, represents everything that Martha is not, a life of privilege, power, and disdain for those less fortunate. Having never known hardship, Madison views the world through a lens of superiority, believing that her wealth and status entitle her to mock those beneath her. Every day, Madison finds amusement in making Martha's life more difficult. She spills coffee on the floor and knocks over boxes of cake, all while watching with delight as Martha dutifully cleans up the mess. For Madison, these actions serve to reinforce her sense of power, reminding herself and everyone around her that she exists on a higher social tier. Even when her friends express discomfort with her behavior, Madison dismisses their concerns with a cold smile, unwavering in her belief that the rich have the right to look down on the less fortunate. Meanwhile, Mr. Richard Grayson, the renowned music teacher, embodies the same arrogance that permeates the academy. With his sharp eyes and expensive suits, he fosters an environment of competition where only the wealthy and talented are celebrated. He views students like Madison as precious gems, while disregarding those from humble backgrounds, including Martha. His favoritism toward Madison and her peers creates a culture of discrimination, deepening the divide between the privileged and the marginalized. Martha endures this daily humiliation in silence, but she remains unaware that a storm is brewing, a moment that will challenge the very foundations of the social hierarchy at Willow Ridge Academy. One ordinary morning, as Mr. Grayson gathers his students for an impromptu music lesson, he inadvertently sets the stage for Martha's transformation. The challenge of performing in front of an audience will push Martha into the spotlight, where her hidden talent will finally be revealed. Madison, sensing an opportunity for amusement, suggests that Mr. Grayson invite Martha into the classroom to play a piece of music. Laughter erupts at the idea, and Mr. Grayson, ever eager to please his favorite student, agrees. As Martha is called into the room, she feels a wave of humiliation wash over her. The laughter echoes in her ears, and for a moment, she contemplates fleeing back to the safety of her cleaning duties. However, deep within her heart, a flicker of defiance ignites. This is not just another moment of mockery. This is an opportunity to reclaim her worth. As she stands before the grand piano, the weight of her years of silence and suffering threatens to overwhelm her. Yet, in this moment of vulnerability, she chooses to confront the disdainful gazes of the students and the arrogance of Mr. Grayson. This is her chance to prove that true talent cannot be measured by social status or the opinions of others. With each step she takes toward the piano, Martha embraces the courage she has long kept hidden. The atmosphere in the room shifts as she prepares to transform the mocking laughter into silence, turning the tables on those who have belittled her for so long. The world around her may not recognize her value, but she is ready to show them that music, born from the depths of her heart, holds the power to shatter prejudices and redefine worth. As Martha steps into the classroom, the laughter that once filled the air begins to fade, replaced by an eerie silence. All eyes are fixed on her, a frail woman standing at the threshold of a world that has long disregarded her. The cold, judgmental stares of Mr. Grayson and Madison weigh heavily on her, and for a fleeting moment, she considers retreating back to the familiarity of her cleaning duties. Yet, buried beneath layers of humiliation and pain, a flicker of determination ignites within her. Mr. Grayson, with a challenging gaze, urges Martha to show them what she can do, masking his skepticism with a veneer of politeness. The classroom buzzes with anticipation, students whispering and snickering, eager to witness what they believe will be a laughable spectacle. Madison sits in the front row, arms crossed, a smirk playing on her lips, convinced that Martha will fail spectacularly. Martha takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment pressing down on her. She remembers the warmth of the applause she once received, the thrill of performing in front of an audience, and the dreams that have lain dormant for so long. As her fingers hover over the piano keys, she closes her eyes, letting the memories wash over her like a gentle tide, reminding her of the passion that once defined her life. With a trembling hand, she presses down on the first key, a clear, soft sound piercing the heavy silence. A few students straighten up, momentarily stunned, but almost immediately, the laughter resumes from the back of the room, an attempt to throw her off balance. Madison's confident smile falters slightly, but she quickly masks it with a cold glare, eager to see Martha stumble. Yet, instead of succumbing to the pressure, Martha steadies her breath and pours her heart into the music. The notes begin to flow from her fingers, each one infused with the emotions of a lifetime, the joy, the sorrow, the dreams deferred. As she plays, the laughter slowly diminishes, replaced by an unexpected stillness. The classroom, once filled with mockery, becomes a sacred space where Martha and her music reign supreme. The powerful melody of Claire de Lune begins to envelop the room, transforming the atmosphere entirely. Students who had once looked down on her now sit in awe, captivated by the beauty and depth of her performance. Madison, unable to contain her disbelief, watches as the frail janitor effortlessly commands the piano, producing sounds that resonate with profound emotion. The realization that she has underestimated Martha hits her like a wave, and for the first time, she feels a twinge of respect mingled with confusion. Mr. Grayson, too, stands motionless, his expression shifting from skepticism to astonishment. The realization dawns upon him that the talent he had overlooked is not only genuine, but extraordinary. Each note Martha plays serves as a reminder that true artistry knows no boundaries, transcending societal prejudices and breaking through the walls of judgment. As the final notes of her performance linger in the air, a profound silence blankets the room. No one dares to speak, each person lost in contemplation of what they have just witnessed. Martha opens her eyes, meeting the gazes of her audience, and in that moment, she understands that she has not only reclaimed her voice, but has also challenged the very foundations of their beliefs. She is no longer the invisible janitor. She is an artist, and her music has shattered the barriers that once confined her. As Martha concludes her breathtaking performance, a profound silence envelops the classroom, leaving everyone in a state of disbelief. The air is thick with emotion, and the students, who moments ago were ready to mock her, now sit in awe, their expressions transformed from derision to respect. It is a silence that speaks volumes, a shared moment of realization that transcends the boundaries of social status and prejudice. Martha, still seated at the piano, looks up to meet the eyes of her audience. The warmth of her long-buried confidence shines through, and she feels a sense of liberation wash over her. This moment is not just about her reclaiming her talent. It is about challenging the very notions of worth that have been so deeply ingrained in those around her. She has shown them that beauty and artistry can emerge from the most unexpected places. Mr. Grayson, who has always wielded his authority with arrogance, now stands at the edge of a personal reckoning. For the first time, he feels the weight of his biases pressing down on him, and the realization that he has misjudged Martha hits him hard. The confidence that once defined his presence falters as he acknowledges the extraordinary talent that has just unfolded before him. The applause that begins to rise from the students is not merely a reaction to the music, but a collective acknowledgement of Martha's worth, a worth that Mr. Grayson had failed to see. As the applause swells, Martha absorbs the sound, each clap resonating with validation and appreciation. She can feel the warmth of the audience's admiration wrapping around her like a comforting blanket, a stark contrast to the cold indifference she has endured for so long. The students, who had once dismissed her as invisible, now rise to their feet, cheering for the woman they had underestimated. Among them, Madison's expression has shifted dramatically. The confidence that once radiated from her has been replaced by a mix of confusion and humility. She watches as her classmates applaud someone she had always considered beneath her. In that moment, she is confronted with a truth she has long ignored. True talent and human value cannot be bought or sold, nor can they be dictated by wealth or status. With every round of applause, Martha feels her spirit soar. She has not only reclaimed her identity as a musician, but has also sparked a change in those who have witnessed her transformation. The room is filled with newfound respect and admiration, and the sound of clapping hands becomes a powerful reminder that everyone deserves recognition, regardless of their background. As the noise dies down, Martha stands to acknowledge the audience, her heart full of gratitude and pride. She is no longer just the janitor in a blue uniform. She is an artist, a woman who has faced adversity and emerged victorious. Her journey, once shrouded in silence, has now become a beacon of hope for others who may feel overlooked or undervalued. In this moment of triumph, Martha understands that her music has the power to inspire and heal, to break down barriers and build bridges. The applause fades, but the impact of her performance lingers, a reminder that true artistry transcends societal constructs. Martha has not only changed how others see her, but also how they see themselves and the world around them. As she steps away from the piano, she carries with her the knowledge that she is worthy of love, respect, and recognition, an invaluable lesson that will resonate long after the final notes have faded away. As the echoes of Martha's performance linger in the air, a profound silence envelops the room, allowing the weight of the moment to settle in. The students, still reeling from the unexpected beauty they have witnessed, exchange glances filled with newfound understanding. For the first time, they grasp the significance of Martha's journey, recognizing that true talent and human value extend far beyond wealth and social status. In the midst of this reflective pause, Madison Harrington sits quietly, her usual confidence shattered. She feels the sting of humiliation as the realization hits her. Her power, her beauty, and her privilege mean nothing in the face of genuine talent. It is a bitter awakening, and she is left grappling with feelings of anger and helplessness. The applause that fills the room is directed not at her, but at the woman she once mocked. And in that moment, Madison understands the fragility of her own position. Mr. Grayson, once the authoritative figure in the classroom, stands in stunned silence, his expression a mix of embarrassment and regret. The weight of his biases and arrogance bears down on him as he reflects on the missed opportunity to recognize Martha's brilliance long before this moment. He realizes that true artistry transcends societal boundaries and that his role as a teacher is to nurture talent, not to diminish it. As he watches the students respond with admiration for Martha, he feels the foundations of his own belief shaking beneath him. Finally, Mrs. Collins, a composed and respected teacher known for her integrity, enters the room. Her presence brings a new energy, and she addresses the class with a warmth that contrasts sharply with the tension that has filled the space. "I've been listening to Martha's music for some time," she begins, her voice steady and sincere. "Today, we have witnessed something truly remarkable. Martha, your talent deserves to be shared with the world." Martha, still processing the whirlwind of emotions from her performance, feels a rush of gratitude at Mrs. Collins' words. The invitation to perform at the upcoming school concert is not just a chance for her to showcase her talent. It is a validation of her worth, a moment of recognition she has long yearned for. With tears brimming in her eyes, she nods in acceptance, her heart swelling with pride. As she prepares to leave the classroom, Martha takes one last look at her audience. The expressions on their faces have transformed from amusement to admiration, and she recognizes the power of her journey. She has not only reclaimed her identity, but has also sparked a shift in perspective for those who have witnessed her growth. This moment serves as a reminder that everyone has their own story, their own struggles, and their own worth that deserves acknowledgement. With her head held high, Martha steps out of the classroom, no longer the invisible janitor, but a proud artist ready to embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. The community concert awaits, and for the first time in many years, she feels a sense of hope and belonging. As she walks away, the applause continues to resonate in her heart, a powerful affirmation that true talent will always find a way to shine, regardless of the obstacles that may arise. She understands now that her journey is just beginning, and she is ready to share her gift with the world.